Andrea,
Hey,
okay?
Emma, you lost your bow. Star of the show. It's me, a diva.
No, I'm the star of the show. I think,
Mocha needs a rest, I bet.
yeah, Mocha needs a
Mocha, I want to say it was awesome to meet you. You are adorable, little sweetie.
Thank you.
She seems to be very sweet on you, so I think you two are a perfect match made in heaven between kitty cat and owner.
Oh, my baby. You little baby.
Say is Hedgehog, everybody's your fan.
Sonic! Sonic!
Hello, friends. This is Stella the Diva.
And Emma the
On a
Nice.
very hard to stand on surface, which is causing me consternation. This is Emma, my friend, and we are here with a little Stella and Emma interview session, kind of getting back to our roots of talking to some folks about their interesting lives and stuff.
Oh, and I was gonna say, we do have a video of us interviewing Elsa. So that was one of our earlier videos. So if you want to go see that, just scroll down until you kind of find it, and it will, yes.
So, what we've got going on here today is, as I said, a little interview. And we have, hold on, back off.
Oh, sorry.
Nobody told you to come out here yet. Oh my goodness. It's the guests thinking they run the show. It's sad. With that said, Emma, we have got a couple special guests today. Fred, back off. We've got Fred. We've got Fred. And we've got my head stuck in the grate. Somebody get my face out of there. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. So we've got Fred.
I'm showing my.
We've got Fredosaurus Fred
Also,
here.
we have another camera filming.
And we have a second guest. And we will have them out here together because they are friends, oddly enough. And that is, we have
Ashlynn.
Ashlynn Emma.
Ashlynn Ella.
We have Ashlynn Emma.
Ashlynn Ella.
Right.
You didn't watch the Olympics?
Right, Ashlynn Ella. We have Ashlynn Ella here. How are you doing, Ashlynn Ella?
I'm doing fine, I guess.
You're a little quiet, Ashlynn Ella.
Yeah.
Why so quiet?
I'm just quiet, I guess.
You were quiet on the Olympics, too.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't feel the need to be loud.
Really?
Yeah,
And why is that?
I just didn't feel the need. Because.
Interesting. Very interesting. Well, Ash,
The other camera's over there, just.
Ash, great. So Fred, why don't you talk to us about what it's like to be you? What it is like to be Fred?
Well, it's a pretty good life being Fred, you know? It's a pretty good life. I mean, you know, things are all good, things is all interesting, and you know, it's kind of like I'm a what do you call it?
Superstar?
I'm a superstar. Yes, I have become a superstar. And so being Fred is really good, Stella the Diva. I mean, I can't imagine it being any better. I mean, look what my head does. I have spring neck action. And this makes me unique and an individual. Sometimes it's frustrating, though, that I have to stand sideways. But, you know, it is what it is.
Is someone going to ask me
Emma?
a question?
Emma, I think you had a question for Fred.
what about me? Don't you go back and forth between questions to people?
So Emma, what was your question for Fred?
I didn't have a question. How does it feel to be a superstar?
Oh, it feels absolutely amazing. It's almost like unbelievable.
Unbelievable!
You know, I haven't had to pay for.
Unacceptable!
I haven't had to pay for the fancy iced coffee drink yet in like 2 months. I mean, I go to my favorite coffee place, and I'm just getting free coffee. Free coffee, camera 2. I'm just getting free coffee, you know? So free coffee has been the best thing about being famous.
Well, I'm glad.
Fred, that is awesome. You know, that's probably one of the biggest perks since I've become famous is the free coffee. And when I go into my local neighborhood convenience store, I get free Diet Mountain Dew, which is amazing. So, Ashlynn Ella.
Just call me Ashlynn. Just call me Ash, call me Ashlynn. Just call me Ashlynn or Ash. Okay?
Okay, so let me ask you, Ashlynn Ella, how is it now that you have become famous?
What do you mean?
Tell us how your life has changed.
Well, I mean, it's changed. Well, I mean, I used to just be really, really shy and I didn't really speak to anyone, but now I can actually speak to people without, like, you know, being scared or scared about talking to people.
Oh, really?
And I just feel a lot more exhilarated and I feel like I can do anything.
Oh, my goodness, that's... Wow! I was not expecting an answer like that. That's like a Stella the Diva kind of answer. Amazing. So, tell us, what have you been doing as a force for good since you became famous?
Well, since I get paid, I like to donate most of it to the animal shelter and the autism helping place because my brother has autism. So
That is very, very sweet of you. That really is. That's bringing a tear to my eye, Ashlynn Ella. That is bringing a tear to my eye. Emma, what did you have that you wanted to ask Ash? You were talking to me before the show. And what was it you wanted to ask? It was a very, very important question.
do you like waffles? I love myself some more waffles.
Well, let me ask you this. You like waffles, which is good, because I don't trust people who don't like waffles. But what I want to know is in regards to the creatures on the planet, what is your opinion of turtles?
Turtles are amazing. Turtles are bae. Turtles are my life.
Wow, you were so woke. That's incredible insight into turtles, turtles, and other little animals. So, do you like those little? Do you like those little fuzzy creatures that sometimes people keep as pets called guinea pigs?
What are guinea pigs?
They're those little cute fuzzy animals with whiskers that are bigger than like a mouse but smaller than a cat.
Rabbits?
No, guinea pigs.
What are guinea pigs?
They're those cute, they're kind of like hamsters.
Guinea pigs?
Guinea pigs.
They're called guinea pigs.
Guinea pigs.
They're called the guinea pigs.
I don't know where you're from. Clearly you're not from Guinea. Thank you. Thank you. So what is your feeling on guinea pigs?
I love guinea pigs. I love guinea pigs.
What are guinea pigs?
Guinea pigs are another word for guinea pigs.
Did you grow up speaking English as your native language? Ashlynn, Emma, and Ella?
I need to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Camera 2 fell over,
We're having some serious issues.
but only with camera 2.
Also with our footing. So, Fred, how did you meet Ashlynn Ella?
Well, it was an interesting story. I was down at my local Dippin' Dots one day, and I was getting me some of those wonderful Dippin' Dots. I find them very tasty, very satisfying, very yummy, and I'm sure very healthy. And so I was at the Dippin' Dots. I'm going to let everybody get in here and get situated so I can finish because of the rude interruption. So, as I say, I was down at my local Dippin' Dots, and I was getting some Dippin' Dots, if you can believe that. And my cell phone rang, and I thought, who would be calling me while I'm at Dippin' Dots? Everybody knows I go to Dippin' Dots Tuesdays at 3 o'clock. So nobody calls me, you know? And so I'm standing there in line at my local Dippin' Dots. And my phone rings, and I answer my phone, and it's Ashlynn Ella. And I was like, who? And she said, it's Ashlynn Ella. And I was like, who? Who are you calling for? And what did you say, Ashlynn Ella?
I said, I'm calling because I'm sweet and my life depends on it. I'm calling because my life depends on it. I really don't care who I call, but I really, really, really need a doctor.
And so, as you can see, Stella, that was a little weird. It kind of threw me off. Excuse me. And so, then I was like, why? And you remember what you said, Ashlynn Ella, after I said why?
Because I'm bleeding to death.
And I said, why? And you remember what you said, Ashley? Tell them what you said.
Because a man tried to kill me.
And I was like, this must be some kind of prank phone call. Because it was just too weird.
And I was like, you got me. And I was like, JK. It's like, you probably should call an ambulance because an ambulance needs and I need help from an ambulance because I'm not fabulous while I'm bleeding, so I need an ambulance.
And so this is where the story gets really crazy, Stella and Emma. So I said, why don't you call an ambulance, Ashlynn Ella, instead of calling Fred?
And I was all like, well, I don't know what you're supposed to call. I know you're supposed to call 911 when you need, like, police and stuff. But, like, I don't know how to call an ambulance. So, like, what am I supposed to do? So I just called, like, this random number that my friend gave me. And I was like, oh, well, thanks. And I was asking her if she could call the ambulance. But she was like, no, you gotta call this number, sweetheart. Because they are the ones that help you.
So you
and then to my friends, I was like, fine, but you better not get all up in my grill again.
So you could see at this point, Stella, I was really confused, and the whole thing was not making much sense. So that's when I got the great idea. I said, Ashlynn Ella, dial 911, tell them you need an ambulance, and tell them where you are, and you will be saved.
And then I was like, well, I don't know my address, sweetheart, and I don't have the time to sit around dialing this weird phone number that's only supposed to attract police, and then, like, only get the police, because I don't need the police. I need an ambulance, and I need it now. And, well, I'm not going to sit around dialing all day for this random number, and I really just need someone to call them for me. Plus, I don't know my address, so, how am I supposed to do that? Also, I don't have time to go look, like, where my address is, because my leg is bleeding out all over the ground, and I would have to limp, and I cannot limp. Do you know how unladylike that is? And I gotta get my lady on.
And so now, Stella, I'm sure you can see how I was like, what? Because none of this made any sense at all. And so then this is what I did. I got on the internet. Ouch. I'm apologizing already for that. I'm so sorry. And so this is what I did. I got on the internet
No, don't keep it.
and traced Ashlynn Ella's GPS signal from her phone, because I knew her number because she had called me. And then I called 911 and gave them the information, and then you know what happened?
Yeah.
They showed up and they saved Ashlynn Ella before she bled all over the floor and passed on to the other side.
And then he came and visited me in the hospital, and I was like, well, thank you so much. You are a lifesaver. And then he was like, yeah. And then I was like, let's be best of buddies. And he's like,
So you can see, Stella, that while we are friends now, well, you can see I'm not sure if I made the right choice or the wrong choice that night.
and it
But
was
I gotta
when
live with the choice I made.
it was when I was really annoying and my voice was really like, oh my gosh. And like when I kind of had this weird yaw, like kind of Western accent.
So pretty much like you talk right now.
No,
Really.
I talk perfectly normal now.
Really. And who's judging whether you're talking perfectly normal? This Stella.
Oh my goodness, you two are. Oh my goodness! Somebody get this under control.
Oh yeah.
Oh! Really?
Well, are you gonna have any more questions for me? Cause I
Really?
got,
We
like,
have a budget. You can buy proper supports for your cameras. Please.
I don't
Oh my goodness.
No.
Holy moly. This is absolutely redonkulous.
Do you have any more questions for me? Cause I only got like 3 questions, and you got like 50.
Ashlynn Ella?
Yeah.
You just sat here talking for I don't know how long about something. Yeah, like and word and bleeding out and blah, and I can't call an ambulance and blah and blah. You just expo sided for 20 minutes. Oh, and I heard the camera, then somebody turned the camera off. Or paused it. I don't even know what's going on. So the point being that this is just weirdness, and I better probably look at the camera that's working then instead of the other camera. You know what I'm saying, Maya?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
All right. Okay, this has been an exhausting exercise today because this interview is just weird. This is one of the most bizarre things I've experienced. Ashlynn, do you have any final thoughts?
May.
Ashlynn Ella?
I'm just
Or
glad.
do you have any thoughts at all? Okay, I guess Ashlynn Ella had to move
Me.
on. Okay, I'm not sure what that was all about. But Ashlynn was interesting, that's for sure. And so, Fred, we wish you much success in the future with everything that you're doing with yourself. We still aren't sure what that is, but
Can I have a hug, buddy?
oh my goodness,
I want a hug, buddy.
what is this?
Me and Fred are hugging.
You and Fred are what?
Hugging.
Hugging. Okay, that's beautiful. Beautiful, really touching, really moving. All right, Emma, do you have any final thoughts? Emma, do you have any thoughts?
Thanks for watching. Also, subscribe and like, and also comment, and also Candy. Please make that series. Just
Make the series, Candy. Stella the Diva said
so
so.
you have to make it.
You must do it. Make the series. All right, everybody. We love our fans. We love our fame. And now we're going to finish our weekend with some kind of,
We're gonna play dolls.
yes, and I'm going to go home and watch golf. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you for watching our most recent episode. Again, we'd like to thank our stars, Stella the Diva, Emma the Nice, Annoying Cousin the Annoying, and Mocha Chocolate. All of our guest stars and feature players, and all of our sponsors.
Also, I would like to give a special announcement. We might actually be receiving fan mail if we're able to, if we want to, if that is available to any person that is the producer of the show, and that might be coming soon. That's the special announcement for this episode.
Alright, and again, we'd like to thank our friends, family, and none of our sponsors that make this possible. Thank you so much, and buy Stella the Diva Artisanal Water. Please go out and buy Stella the Diva's artisanal water, artisanal orange drink, artisanal coffee, artisanal breads, and coming soon, artisanal snack treats, including peanut butter bars.